Welcome everyone to another episode of Reese's Roundup. I'm your host, the Lightning Kid himself, and today, I bet you guys couldn't wait for me to drop this episode, huh? Because you knew exactly how I was going to feel. I'm not a bad guy. I didn't do anything wrong. I've never done anything wrong in my life before. But I didn't deserve this, okay? I didn't deserve to see my favorite player traded to the Utah Jazz of all teams. It could have been the Spurs. It could have been the Knicks. So now I have to be a Utah Jazz fan. Now, don't get me wrong, I'll still support the Memphis Grizzlies, but I'm no longer a fan. Now, in case you guys didn't know what the hell I'm talking about, Mike Conley has been traded to the Utah Jazz for Jay Crowder, Grayson Allen, Kyle Korver, and the number 23 pick in the 2019 NBA draft, which, just passed. I hate that I have to talk about this, but is this a win for the Grizzlies or a win for the Jazz? I think it's a win for both teams. Just like how I said with the Lakers and Pelicans, I think it's a win for the Jazz right now, because Mike Conley, obviously, very, very underrated point guard. I mean, he's probably the best underrated point guard in the league. The guy just had a career high in points per game, field goal percentage, and three-point percentage. So I think that's definitely going to help the Jazz out in this case in terms of scoring, because Ricky Rubio, let's face it, he was decent, but he's no Mike Conley. You know what I mean? Like, Conley's a good scorer, he's a good facilitator, he plays good defense, all things of which Rubio wasn't. Rubio got steals here and there. He all he did was really pass, but he wasn't that like a scorer where if Mitchell or Gobert weren't scoring, then who else could you rely on, So Conley's going to help out, that playoff push just to get them past the first round. I mean, Jesus, the Jazz couldn't get past the first round in who knows how long. But I think this is going to help the Jazz really just get that extra push. Having Conley on the team just for a veteran presence and for scoring and for defense, that's definitely going to help them out. Because Gobert's a great defender, but he's an interior defender. They didn't really have that perimeter defense, and Conley can bring that perimeter defense. So I think this is definitely going to help Utah really just go out and win, For the Grizzlies, this will definitely help their future. Like I said with the Pelicans, this They're now in rebuild mode. They traded away Marc Gasol, Mike Conley's gone, Zach Randolph's gone, Tony Allen's gone. Like, the grind era is officially over with this Michael Conley trade. So they're definitely rebuilding. They want all new guys. They want all young guys. So they also didn't have the cap space to keep Conley because he had a big contract. So everything was just, let's start over. And they needed to with Mike Conley. So I think getting all these players and freeing up their cap space, also getting an extra draft pick, is definitely going to help their case. Obviously, they're not going to win now. They're not going to make the playoffs this season. Maybe not for the next 2 or 3 seasons, but getting, these young guys on the team now and getting more cap space and more room to sign all these players, I think it'll definitely help for their future. Now, speaking of future, the NBA draft was just Thursday. So let's talk about, who went where. I'm not going to talk about everybody, but obviously the top names, starting with Zion. Obviously, Zion went to the Pelicans. Now, this is what I said in my previous Reese's Roundup, where if the Pelicans get Zion, it'll help their future. Only if they get Zion will it help their future. Because obviously the guy's a good player. He's the projected, next face of the NBA. So I think the Pelicans are a team that could use him with the guys they got now. Lonzo, Ingram, Drew Holiday still runs that team. So I think with all these faces, it'll definitely help for their franchise and their future, as long as they don't, trade Zion away or, he's unhappy or whatever. But this will definitely help for the long run. John Morant went to the Grizzlies. End of an era. Morant is a good point guard. He's likened, or he's compared to, Russell Westbrook. He's a good facilitator. He can score. So I think he'll definitely help Memphis in the long run. Like I said, help their future. The guy can really play he can play really well. And it would have helped if he had Mike Conley, just to mentor him for at least a season or two, just to get him right to take over the Grizzlies. But obviously, the Grizzlies feel like they needed him to take over now, and we'll see how that works out for them in the long run. RJ Barrett went to the Knicks. Now, Knicks fans were happy about this, but people really didn't think that, most people didn't really think that this would be a good deal because, Barrett's not as good as people think that he is. So we'll see. Knicks fans, leave yourself a comment in the comment section and let me know what you think of RJ Barrett going to your team. And last but not least, I wanted to talk about Cam Reddish going number 10 to the Atlanta Hawks. The Hawks are going to be a team to watch out for in the future. Trust me, they got Trae Young, they got Collins, now they got Cam Reddish. I think this is going to be a good team to watch out for, a good young team to watch out for in the future, when Toronto falls apart. Boston's obviously falling apart now. So the Hawks are going to be a team that's going to surprise everybody, mark my words. But let me know what you guys think about the draft and Mike Conley being traded. I know nobody cares except me, but I want to know what you guys think about how the Jazz are going to look and how the Grizzlies' future are going to look as of right now. And let me know what you guys think about your team drafting whoever they drafted. Is it a good draft? Was it a good pick for your team? Wasn't it? Let me know in the comment section. Let me know what you guys want to see next week. And I'm out. Peace.